the land, the silence breaks. The destroyer is approaching and sees us in the light. The enemy has us, we die down. The screws turn, we go down. Depth charges fall, the ocean screams. Explosions in the depths, those deep far and wide. The grows, the steel becomes soft. The pressure becomes stronger, the water screams. We die deeper, but time runs out. Fear in the hearts that blind us all. The depth presses, the walls quake. Every breath a tremor of fear. The soda beats, the enemy is so close. The hull creaks, the silence is so clear. The men shiver, hope flees. In this darkness only death sees us. The pressure increases, the boat becomes heavy. Hell surrounds us, no escape. Depth bombs fall, the ocean screams. Explosions in the depths, those deep far and wide. The grows, the steel becomes soft. The pressure becomes stronger, the water screams. We die deeper, but time runs out. Fear in our hearts that blinds us all. No escape. Death bombs fall, the ocean screams. Explosions in the depths, those deep far and wide. The boat grows, the steel becomes soft. The pressure becomes stronger, the water screams. It's on. We don't give up, even if we lose everything. The last bomb falls, the sea becomes quiet. But no one knows when the fate wants to save us. In the darkness of the depths, the ocean holds us tight. Whether we will ever surface again remains a mystery and test. Water bombs fell, the air was scarce. The pressure on the lungs, hope almost extinguished. The boat grows, the steel almost gives way. But one last time it rises with all its might. The sun breaks through, the depths set us free. Escaped death, but the heart remains heavy. Death's bombs fall, the air was strained. Every breath a tremor of fear. The boat grows, the steel almost gives way. But one last time it rises with all its might. The sun breaks through, the depths set us free. Escaped death, but the heart remains heavy. The bombs fell, the air was scarce. The pressure on the lungs, hope almost extinguished. The boat grows, the steel almost gives way. But one last time it rises with all its might. The sun breaks through, the depths set us free. Escape death, but the heart remains heavy. The bombs fell, the air was scarce. The pressure on the lungs, hope almost extinguished. The boat grows, the steel almost gives way. But one last time it rises with all its might. The sun breaks through, the depths set us free. Escape death, but the heart remains heavy. Tief unten dumpfe Schläge, mächtig durch das trübe Wasser treiben. Tief unten, dort wo noch kein Mensch hier gewesen ist. Tief unten sitze ich im Rot der Lampe auf Posten. Der Herzschlag der Maschine verstummt, der Atem stockt. Schweißperlen bedecken meinen Körper. Ein leises Bingen, doch eines diesmal lauter. Vorsichtig blicken meine Augen auf die Instrumente. Ping. Der Kragen meiner Uniform schnürt sich zu, lässt mich nicht atmen. Ping, ich seh mich um. Ping, alle starren, gebannt vor sich hin. Ping, Angst. Ping, ping, ping. Es wird leiser. Ping. Inzwischen in größerer Entfernung. Ping. Wir warten noch weitere 10 Minuten. Die Spannung meines Körpers löst sich langsam. Mein Rücken schmerzt. Ping. Ich wollte nicht mehr hier sein und auf den Tod im Wasser warten. Wie viele Menschen sollten noch sinnlos sterben? Ping. Das letzte Ping, das ich hörte, bevor langsam das Herz der Maschine zum neuen Leben erwachte. Dumpfe, metallische Klänge aus dem Bauch des Boots. Tief unten, wir nahmen Fahrt auf, suchten das Ping, diesmal Jäger und mich gejagt hat. unter schwarzen Wellen tauchen wir ein. Stille Jäger, jetzt nirgendwo zu fliehen. Wasserbomben schreien, zerreißen die Nacht. Der Druck zermalmt, das Ende erwacht. Stahlwände erzittern, Nieten brechen los. Wasser dringt ein, flutet die Last, raufelt die Luft, kein Atem, kein Licht. Höllenerhalt, der Tod bricht ein. Latten reißen, der Rumpf beugt sich. Die Tiefe ruft lauter, ertrinken im Stich. Flammen lenken, Funken im kalten Raum. Wir sinken tiefer ohne einen Traum. Schockwellen reißen, Lichter flackern, sie sterben. Blut im Wasser, die Crew schreit Verderben. Lecks füllen schnell, das Sinken ist nah. Kein Entkommen. Boom, boom, boom. Tiefer wir fallen in endlose Schwärze. Der Zerstörer oben hält uns in Schärfe. Die Kälte beißt, das Wasser steigt. Kämpfen um Luft in diesem Grab der Zeit. Zermalmt vom Gewicht, ertrinken in Grau. Kein Licht, keine Hoffnung, kein Entkommen genau. Frostig Winde, peitschenkalt, Eis umschlingt den Stahl. Im arktischen Meer, kein Erbarmen, ein Schatten, der dem Konvoi folgt. Durch graue Nebel, stumme Wellen, die Tiefe ruft uns leise. Doch wir jagen durch das Dunkel, gegen die Wut der eisigen Reise. Im stürmischen Schwarz des Ozeans ruhen wir unter dem Eis. Maschinen brüllen, Hoffnung schweigt, jagen Schattenopfer dem Geleit. Die Kälte schneidet, die See droht, doch wir halten uns an Stahl und Not. Durch Schnee und Sturm, wir treiben vor, ein dunkles Herz, das Leben verlor. Klauen des Winters packen fest, doch unsere Jagd lässt uns nicht ruhen. Durch donnernde Gischt und tödliches Eis, die Entscheidung naht, wir gehen zum Tod. Im stürmischen Schwarz des Ozeans ruhen wir unter dem Eis. Maschinen brüllen, Hoffnung schweigt, jagen Schattenopfer dem Geleit. Die Kälte schneidet, die See droht, doch wir halten uns an Stahl und Not. Durch Schnee und Sturm, Leben vor. Ein dunkles Herz, das Leben verlor. Die Stürme toben, das Meer will uns brechen. Doch wir sind Geister, die uns nicht schrecken. Verfolgen die Beute ohne Licht, ohne Spur. Durch die kalte Nacht, nur Instinkt und Natur. Im stürmischen Schwarz des Ozeans ruhen wir unter dem Eis. Maschinen brüllen, Hoffnung schweigt, jagen Schatten auf dem Geleit. Die Wellen toben, der Tod ist nah, doch die Jagd führt uns immer weiter klar. Wir sind der Sturm, der die Kälte besiegt. Ein dunkles Schicksal, das niemals fliegt. Im arktischen Meer, wo die Stille weint, sind wir verloren, von Frost vereint. Die See umarmt uns, die Jagd wird enden. Doch bis dahin werden wir uns nicht wenden.
Crawling to the cold sea, and the waves are calm, and the night is so empty. Covered in darkness, no light, no sound. The silence envelops us, everything's familiar. But suddenly in the land, the silence breaks. The destroyer is approaching and sees us in the light. The enemy has us, we dive down. The screws turn, we go down. Depth charges fall, the ocean screams. Explosions in the depths, no escape far and wide. The close, the steel becomes soft. The pressure becomes stronger, the water screams. We die, getting burned, but time runs out. Fear in our hearts that blinds us all. The depth presses the walls quick. Every breath a tremor of fear. The soda beats, the enemy is so close. The hull creaks, the silence is so clear. The men shiver, hope flees. In this darkness only death sees us. The pressure increases, the boat becomes heavy. Hell surrounds us, no escape. Depth bombs fall, the ocean screams. Explosions in the depths, no escape far and wide. The close, the steel becomes soft. The pressure becomes stronger, the water screams. We die deeper, but time runs out. Fear in our hearts that blinds us all. No escape. Death bombs fall, the ocean screams. Explosions in the depths, no escape far and wide. The boat grows, the steel becomes soft. The pressure becomes stronger, the water screams. If we don't give up, and then if we lose everything. The last bomb falls, the sea becomes quiet. But no one knows when the fate wants to save us. In the darkness of the depths, the ocean holds us tight. When we will ever surface again remains a mystery and test. Water bombs fell, the air was scarce. The pressure on the lungs, hope almost extinguished. The boat grows, the still almost gives way. But one last time it rises with all its might. The sun breaks through, the depths set us free. Escaped death, but the heart remains heavy. Death's bombs fall, the air was strained. Every breath the tremor of fear. The boat grows, the steel almost gives way. But one last time it rises with all its might. The sun breaks through, the depths set us free. Escape death, but the heart remains heavy. The bombs fell, the air was scarce. The pressure on the lungs, hope almost extinguished. The boat grows, the steel almost gives way. But one last time it rises with all its might. The sun breaks through, the depths set us free. Escape death, but the heart remains heavy.
Alright.
The bombs fell, the air was scarce. The pressure on the lungs, hope almost.
Welcome back to the broadcast. So we are next going to dive into the deep, well, Gulf of Finland isn't that deep. But I noticed that this is actually working much better now that I'm home and console actually works here. I don't know why I couldn't install it on my second computer laptop, but yeah, that's a mystery. Okay. What do you expect to find there apart from Soviet supremacy? Yeah, lots of mines and very shallow lands. So I'm currently like finding this page of the U-boat sinkings and year 1944. The problem with the Gulf of Finland is that it's like a staring war. Both of the sides are like a staring each other, because southern part of the Gulf of Finland is basically like this huge minefield, like here, and Russians are operating here. Now there's actually this summer's offensive. Navy is kind of pushing here. So there's a lots of Soviets acting this area and U-boats as well, because they were based in Kotka, for example, few U-boats. So like closest of the ships sink are like here. So they have been like operating very close to the St. Petersburg. Couldn't find the picture for this time. Let's check what we have. But yeah, shallows are very bad for the U-boats. Yeah, okay. So flag guns are running dry. Otherwise, we have like a pretty okay loadout. And there's still like a... So, battles are still ranging. And I guess we can now... Yep, console works. So we can go there and spawn convoy and have battle here. So I'm doing exactly the same thing I tried to do like last time, like a week ago. Need fruit. Yeah, there weren't like a fruit in a harbor. So I'm coming back later and see if there's like anything. But realistically they had sauerkraut, which is like a secret weapon for Germans. I don't think this is like going to be like a pretty long... Okay, so 7th September. Yep, we have issues, and that's a war of Lapland. Finland has been like negotiating the peace with the Russians. It's a 4th September. The deal was made 4th September. Now, exactly what happened? Well, in this game, the Finland is going to declare war to the Germany in 1945, which is like stupid. You could put, realistically, this should be like a now enemy. 4th September or 15th September. But yeah, Germans actually tried to take, there were like a plan to invade the Åland Islands here. And then there were like a real plan that they tried to take like a Gotland, which Finns actually managed to defend. So I suppose we are going to like attack Finnish ships on will on this area, and also like see if we can destroy something. Technically, U-boat crew developers should like make this escort mission to Gotland, which would be available at this time, because So let me bring up the... So all in all, Baltics would need like a bit of love, bit of love from the developers. Operation Birke, Phase 1, 4th September. Germans had like a week to retreat from Finland. They were given like a week time. And Operation Tänneost started the 15th, which is Lapland's War. Operation Birke. And Tänneost is Tänneost is 15th day, and you could have like a fictional scenario where they try to attack the Åland, but in the end they didn't have the resources to do that. But it was like this close to be a reality. But yeah, Finns managed to like defend the Gogland. So, you can have a war without a declaration of war. Unfortunately, that's a pretty realistic thing to have. Because Germans kind of knew that they need to consider Finland as an enemy, and because they are now basically with the Allies and fighting with the Soviets. So from this point forward, the Soviets could work in much more impunity on the Gulf of Finland. Of course, this like a huge mess here is still like a thing. Couple U-boats were sunk after Finns laid like in October this Vantaa minefield. But it's in the future. Finns lost like mine clearer mine ship. But yeah, Vantaa 2 isn't like yet here. Yes.
Endlich ein paar Stunden Pause. Ich bin sehr müde. Ich bin sehr müde. Melde mich zum Dienst.
Jawohl, weiter geht's.
Jawohl, weiter geht's.
10th September. So we are basically going to join the Operation Tänneost and covering the Operation Birke retreat from the Finland. Actually, realistically, the next big thing in the Baltics is going to be like battle of this area. So what the Germans did, they retreat basically here. And Estonia. But yeah, things start to rapidly turn bad for the Germans at this point in here. But yeah, Finland should be like a raid at this point of the history, and that's I think I should like make a bug report about it to the developers, because they should like just paint this place here like red. And maybe couple towns here. Stockholm, of course. Helsinki, Stockholm. There should be like a line of ships here. St. Petersburg should be like a harbor as well. There's many places that should be like harbors. Finnish Air Force is not a factor. They had like a very few like anti-submarine lanes, mostly like Blackburn, Reapon, and DB3s, DB2s and 3s captured. What we should fear is Finnish coastal artillery. Then again, this is pretty hard to spot. Yeah, and because this minefield, the invasion will be happening from this. This side. If you want to know what kind of place is Gogland, it was actually like published as a DLC, downloadable content for the FDF mod 1.4, which was Finnish Defense Force modification for Operation Flashpoint. But that was like one of the best like islands for the Operation Flashpoint.
Setzen. Kurs setzen.
Torpedorohr 4 gewartet. Torpedorohr 5 gewartet.
So let's see.
Torpedorohr 4 gewartet.
Alle Maschinen stopp.
Torpedorohr 5 gewartet.
Auf Seetiefe.
Basically, we are waiting 15 days to the attack to happen. Let's see what console commands we could actually use. Now that we can use the console commands. Let's see if we can actually like spawn some German ships. Also, I accidentally hit F9 here, which is load the quick save, but I removed that key just not to do the same mistake over again. Okay. I think we should be able to like spawn the 1934 destroyer.
Herr Kaloin, wir sind auf Seerohrtiefe. Boot für Rundblick eingesteuert.
We could spawn the MTB's Coastal Defense Patrols minefield. Warships, convoy. What else? Spawn and ship class. Actually, what we could do is open the U-boat like files and check for the, because this is pretty endearing that they have like all of this information in an open Excel type file. I don't think this is still like an easily modded game, but it's like those texts are like open there. Technically it should be, and I think they were like a totally big mods for this game, at least previously, but now we are waiting the new version of the game, so there isn't like too much point of trying to like do big mods for this. Let's open the files. Data sheets. Funny thing, the game won't load if you open these files and start the game. It's going to say that non-readable. Okay, I might show this to the viewers. It looks about this file, and you can actually find the class names here. Okay, there's lots of ports. Kirov class. Last time we actually managed to spawn this. 19. Okay, type 1930-34. So that's something we can actually at least try. Okay. It would be funny to rig something like some system that the viewers could actually spawn stuff on me. It's currently like a manual.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Zielposition erreicht.
So first thing, the Germans tried to like invade here, and then they tried to like be very creative and do like this, because apparently they knew the minefields here. So come here, but this attack didn't like work because they were like battery in that side of the island. Yeah, happened to read about it. So they were like these Finnish versus Germans fight here, and they didn't get through. So basically they were like stuck in the village, and that's it basically. Had to surrender.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
Let's skip like 4 days. There's some smoke over there, which is interesting.
Torpedorohr 5
So
gewartet.
let's spawn some ships. Let's test this out.
Schornsteinrauch. Peilung 0 Grad. Zerstörer. Direkt voraus. Schornsteinrauch. Peilung 0 Grad.
Okay.
Zerstörer, 350 Grad.
Okay. So couple destroyers, but okay. Couldn't be spawned in a spawner named Kiel. So okay, this worked. So I suppose it's going. Spawners are interesting because apparently these are the game area is divided to areas, and Kiel is one. So these harbor objects are going to be like the ones that spawn the ships, and this place apparently doesn't have too many harbors.
Ich benötige Ihre Unterstützung. Folgen Sie mir.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum. Ja,
Horchraum besetzen. Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Natürlich, Herr Kaloi.
So if you spawn a certain class of ships, they are basically not doing much. Wonder what's there. Okay.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Kurs setzen. Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
I'll play like I would be escorting these ships. First time I see friendly vessel. We saw this in a Norwegian campaign when we had to like escort them, but I hate those so. Escort missions are like pretty bad. How deep is here?
Melden Sie mir die aktuelle Tiefenmessung.
Tiefe unter Kiel 90
Ah, pretty deep.
Meter.
Schornsteinrauch. Peilung 325 Grad.
Okay. Not great.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloi?
Diesel besetzen.
Funktelegramm gesendet.
Alarm! Auf Gefechtsstation!
Bleibt ruhig und konzentriert, Männer. Wir schaffen das. Natürlich, Herr Kaloi.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Oh, they work.
Wird erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
It's alive. Yay. Kiro wasn't alive, but there's a mines even. Wow.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
Zerstörer 350 Grad.
I guess this could LARP the Russian warship.
Kurs setzen. Natürlich, Herr Kaloin. Schneller, schneller!
Herr Kaloi, wir befinden uns in flachen Gewässern.
Melden Sie mir die aktuelle Tiefenmessung. Tiefe unter Kiel 5, 4 Meter.
Okay, that's coming up pretty fast. There's actually some landmass here even. Okay, this is surprisingly accurate. Wouldn't have thought that it's like this accurate. And it isn't like terribly wrong either. Huh.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten. Bestätige. Feindliche Kriegsschiffe in Sicht. Peilung. 10 Grad.
Okay, that's a corvette. Too bad they are usually, if I spawn something, they are usually going away. Did Brits ever give like destroyers to Soviets? I mean, I know that they at least launched like one battleship, which they did regret, but. Is this a V-class? Oh no, the two masts. It's not the tribal class. One smokestack, 2 masts. Black zone, okay.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
Clear, hot summer.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Gegnerfahrt 8 Knoten. Lage 1, 1, 5. Bug rechts. Entfernung 6, 2, 5, 6 Meter.
Okay, coming around.
Kurs setzen. Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum. Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Herr Kaloy, feindliche Schiffe machen sich gefechtsbereit.
Das wird nicht einfach, aber wir haben schon Schlimmeres überstanden. Lasst uns ruhig bleiben. Schleichfahrt, Ruhe im Boot. Auf Blaulicht schalten. Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
Let's not run with the diesel engine anymore.
Auf E-Motoren wechseln.
Okay, so they are coming after us.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Lage 3, 9. Bug rechts. Aktualisieren.
One idea would be like to shoot them when they... We have one Homer. One of these is warmed up.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Jawohl, ich kümmere
I guess this is a tactic as well. 4 degrees. My estimation was like a 7 degrees. Slightly off.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Gegnerlage 4. Bug rechts. Gegnerfahrt 8. Knoten. Aktualisieren. Entfernung 1, 9, 7, 6 Meter. Rohr 3 bewässern.
Rohr 3 bewässert.
Okay, this is slightly faster torpedo. Pretty hard closer rates though. So I think we need to use the homing torpedo in the end.
Aktualisieren. Entfernung 1, 4, 9, 0 Meter.
Might be doing like a lot faster than we
Aktualisieren.
anticipated.
Geschwindigkeit 8. Knoten.
Ja,
Schussunterlagen
15 knots.
aktualisieren. Geschwindigkeit 1, 5. Knoten.
I think the range is the most critical here.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Entfernung 8, 9, 3 Meter. Los! 40 Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag. Rohr 4. Bewässern. 30 Sekunden.
Rohr 4 bewässert.
20 Sekunden.
Let's see what happens here.
10 Sekunden.
Ah. Oh.
Los! Rohr 5. Bewässern. Fehlschuss. Alle Maschinen stopp.
Yep. Homing torpedo. Or maybe you should use the homing torpedo first and then... Okay, they are already dropping depth charges. Okay, that might hurt. Still dropping.
Aktualisieren. Entfernung zum Ziel 5, 0, 0 Meter. Geschwindigkeit 1, 5.
Check a second homing torpedo.
1. Los.
Because they might attack the type 1934, and these are very weak ships. Very small as well. Very small destroyers. Okay. Not moving anymore.
Kurs setzen.
Bestätige.
This is going somewhere.
Halbe Fahrt voraus.
Nobody has told the gunnery crews to evacuate yet.
Feindliche Schiffe geben Alarm. Keine Panik. Konzentriert euch auf eure Aufgaben. Normale Beleuchtung.
Herr Kapitän. Verstanden. Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
Technically, you can still speedrun the torpedo loading with the two engineers. Actually, boys need a bit of help.
Ich benötige hier etwas
Zu Befehl,
Unterstützung.
Herr Kommandant. Zu Befehl, Herr Kommandant.
Kurs setzen.
Okay, they are coming here.
Auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Auf Blaulicht schalten.
Corvette is coming and well, they have a direct course. Maybe flower.
Rohr 4 geladen.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Ja. Ja, Herr Kaloin. Ich kümmere mich darum.
Rohr 5 geladen. Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle. Die Motoren besetzen.
It looks too big for the Corvette. Yeah. Very heavy. Guess it's a destroyer. One mast. Funny. I was thinking that it hadn't like rendered fully, but it's rendering fully. It has this big bridge.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
Well, this is interesting. Now we see it better. One smokestack. looks like a river class.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Entfernung zum Ziel 2042 Meter. Schussunterlagen
I would have guessed
aktualisieren.
15 knots.
Gegnerfahrt 1-1.
Okay, so AOB.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Gegnerlage 1-7. Bug links.
Okay, two homing torpedoes. .4. This says
Aktualisieren.
1.3.
Entfernung 1,374 Meter. Rohr 5. Bewässern. Rohr 5. Bewässern. Rohr 4. Bewässern.
I'll shoot from the bow tube.
Rohr 4 bewässert.
Los!
They were clearly tracking me. So that was like a surprising find. Acting like a computer AI. Yeah, definitely. That's DC is going up. Oh, it was reverse class. Yep. This is taking its sweet time. Okay, nobody could got out. Okay, we have a X-ray view. We can see what's there. For some odd reason. We can smell the sardines.
Kurs setzen. Schneller, schneller. Verstanden. Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
Normale Beleuchtung einschalten.
Schleichfahrt beenden.
Herr Kaloi, wir befinden uns in flachen Gewässern.
Melden Sie mir die aktuelle Tiefenmessung. Tiefe unter Kiel 3, 7
Okay.
Meter.
Bottom is coming up pretty fast. Yeah, these can listen all they want.
Feindliche Schiffe geben Alarm.
Wir wissen, wie es geht. Drehen wir den Spieß gegen diese Jäger um.
Medium and closing in.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Auf E-Motoren wechseln. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Kurs setzen. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Kurs auf die Koordinaten setzen. Feindliche Kriegsschiffe in Sicht. Peilung.
Warships.
10
How,
Grad.
how big they are? Are they corvettes or something? By the way, we could have used the time to reload something.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaller? Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
Should take like something like 20 minutes to load the torpedo in real life.
Langsame Fahrt voraus.
Rohr 4 geladen.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Verstanden, Herr Kommandant.
Kurs setzen. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Rohr 3 geladen.
Kurs setzen. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Once again, that's a very big corvette for the corvette. Okay, this one is closer.
Halbe Fahrt voraus. Verstanden, Kommandant.
Yeah, let's use the diesels to get
Kurs
closer.
setzen.
Although this is oh, they are going away. can we chase? Technically, we are going to get into the... Oh, what is this? We are pretty close to the minefield here. Although this ship should be like a dead. Okay, then probably Soviet mine clearers.
Natürlich, Herr Kaloi.
Let's see what happens if I spawn minefield.
Kurs setzen. Kurs setzen.
Natürlich, Herr Kaloi.
Took the command, but
Natürlich, Herr Kaloi.
Korvette! Direkt voraus!
they are moving away through the minefield, which is not something I want to do. I think this is actually like a minefield as well.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
So let's get it back. Let's not try through the imaginary minefields.
Kurs setzen.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloi.
Yeah, but about the loss of 2 U-boats, that exactly happened because we are close. Oh, okay. Now, I spawned the minefield and I don't know where, which is pretty hilarious. A nearby contact propeller noise.
Alarm beenden! Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Endlich ein paar Stunden Pause.
Ja,
Diesel besetzen.
Endlich ein paar Stunden Pause.
Well, at least we didn't drive to the mines. So basically the loss of 2 U-boats happened because Finns laid a minefield in understanding with the Russians to the route we had been using, like this 1.2 minefield here. So 2 U-boats got into that, and after that I think the Kriegsmarine thought that but let's not operate here anymore. We don't have maps. There's a stationary, so we need to give like a ending shot here. We are close. High moving away, okay.
Herr Kaloin, wir befinden uns in flachen Gewässern.
Melden Sie mir die aktuelle Tiefenmessung. Alarm! Auf Gefechtsstation!
Herr Kaloin, feindliche Schiffe machen sich gefechtsbereit.
Tiefe unter Kiel 3.
Das ist
6
einfach,
Meter.
aber wir haben schon Schlimmeres überstanden. Lasst uns ruhig bleiben.
Sinkendes Wrack, 50
Dafür
Grad.
haben wir trainiert. Wir werden das gemeinsam durchstehen. Zerstörer! Direkt voraus! Auf Rotlicht wechseln. Kurs setzen. Kurs setzen.
Basically coup the grace.
Kurs setzen.
Okay, let's give the proper course here.
Kurs
Do
auf
this
diese
old-fashioned way.
Koordinaten setzen.
Zielposition erreicht.
Oh, they have still boilers on, so velocity 0 knots. It's a river. It was black spawn. 3.4 meters. EOB doesn't matter. Distance.
Aktualisieren. Lage 8, 9, links. Entfernung zum Ziel 8, 8.
Okay,
5
boiler
Meter.
shot or the
Gegnerfahrt 0.
ammunition storage shot. Let's go for the ammunition storage.
Rohr 1, bewässern.
Tor 1 bewässert.
Bow is a bit up, so
Los!
3 meters and let's go.
Herr Kapitän?
They had like a already. Oh, this ship didn't have an ammo explosion. They were dropping the DCs away when we shot the propeller,
30 Sekunden.
which doesn't usually happen, but there we are. It might be slightly down, but I marked the 3 meters to be on the safe side. Be shooting like a wrong depth torpedoes lately. Crazy physics. I don't think it's going to like work anymore. Oh, finally. Some lifeboats are already fire, so. Okay, so you can't actually see that screw damage. Okay, the Titanic impression. Okay, how well the hull actually holds together. That's crazy. Did we have the improved sinkings enabled? Yeah, it's that can happen.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum. Funktelegramm gesendet.
15 September 19, time is 19. I think our invasion is already like failed here. So that's it.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich
So I would say that there should be like a lots of escort missions in the Baltics in 1944, end of 1944 and
Rohr 1 geladen.
1945.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet. Torpedorohr 5 gewartet. Torpedorohr 4 gewartet. Torpedorohr 3 gewartet.
If my memory serves correctly, Germans surrendered to the Finns next day, basically.
Kurs setzen.
We could spawn. So, what the Russians did is that they used the air power to bomb the German beachhead on the Gog Island, and they bombed Finns too.
Flugzeug im Anflug. Peilung 260 Grad. Als eingespielte Mannschaft werden wir den Feind zeigen, wozu ein U-Boot in der Lage ist.
Zerstörer, 275 Grad.
Tiefenmessung. Tiefe unter Kiel 7, auch 9 Meter. 55 Meter. Auf E-Motoren wechseln. Tauchen auf 85 Meter.
Aktuelle Tiefe 10 Meter.
Okay, they're basically attacking the Type 93s, which isn't like a terribly far from the truth. They are shooting them with the machine guns. Okay. I guess that helps. We are going to the bottom.
40 Meter.
Alle Maschinen stopp.
Meter. Wasserbomben in beträchtlicher Entfernung.
Auf Blaulichtschaltung. Schleichfahrt.
Ich benötige hier Unterstützung. Ja, Herr Kaloin, ich kümmere mich darum.
Tiefe 80 Meter.
That's pretty interesting that they don't use the bombs against those surface ships. Or do they? Yes, they do. But they are dropping like a DCs off the... They can't hit the ship. Okay, and the German sailors at least shoot the planes. But they don't use the big guns to attack the planes. Oh no, somebody died. They're not like they're just bracketing the area with the depth charges and not really like even trying to attack the ship. Okay, we are definitely waiting here. Interesting lag here. I don't know why. Some memory leak maybe. Yeah. Or physics related issue. Okay. Game crashed. Oh, OBS crashed. Are we still like a... So basically it was OBS that crashed. But OBS is like friendly enough to let you know that we are crashing, by the way. Yes, no, and maybe too much memory leak or something. Okay. I had this Excel open, so UBOAT didn't start. Let's try again. I'm not going to accept the fact that OBS has crashed and just continue streaming. Okay, preview doesn't work for me, but let's see if you can actually see the stream at some point. But I need to like restart the OBS and whole broadcast if the... Okay, we have a picture, nice. I can see it, but it's lagging. Oh, I have a like stream lag here as well. But yeah, don't need to start the OBS again. Yay! Sometimes OBS is like misbehaved with this game, but not too often, luckily. I suppose it's like a Windows process starvation or some other issue with this. But luckily I saved the game before this happened. So, but yeah, use console commands on with your own peril, basically. Now it's taking like a forever to load again, which is pretty normal after crash. I did remove a large portion of the saves to speed up this loading process, because somehow the fact that there's lots of saves is going to like slow down the loading of the game. But yeah, the funny thing is that Finns, when we had like a ceasefire with the Russians, we started to cooperate with them immediately and laid the mines they wanted, and let the Soviet Navy to move around, and even give some boats when they were attacking the Saarenmaa Islands at the Estonia. So Russians asked like 100 boats and 100 crew members, crew for 100 boats, and it's like Finns negotiated that they can keep like 50 boats. But yeah, Finns were like fighting with the Russians against the Germans, which is something that's like overlooked today. Unfortunately, U-boat can also like a soft crash and this loading phase. If there's something missing the But yeah, I suppose if the U-boat starts to lag, we need to like restart it immediately, not let it crash the OBS. Although OBS can lag other programs. It's totally possible. I'm going to wait like a couple minutes and then I'm going to close the program. I wonder if there were like too much lead flying around. Not really optimized to the aerial battles or something, which is probably, has it froze? Yeah, it's probably frozen. One more minute. I'm still surprised the OBS is working, but Windows has this annoying feature that there's lots of ways to like kill the process. Like a process starvation. Let's start the game again. For example, the OBS could like reserve these resources from the system to itself and not give anything to the game, which makes sometimes the recording of the games pretty hard. So what we can actually do here, we can start the new game. This is good way to like start the, if the U-boat has difficulties to load the save game, I start fresh game and then I load the whatever I was doing. This should work a lot better now. So yeah, there is some situation where memory leak happens, but then again we kind of were using the console commands, so you shouldn't like be too surprised that stuff doesn't work. There's like million ships, million planes that they are attacking, like 2 destroyers. I suppose, yeah. But I think these are things that game developers should like a beta test. Like a QA testing should actually test the engine that what if there's a raid and there's this destroyer and they are shooting like a million bullets. What happens then? Is it going to cause some kind of malfunction in the engine? Yeah, still like a taking its sweet time to load. Always like hard, I have noticed that the U-boat is funny that if it crashes, it's going to be like harder to start up again, which means that some kind of memory leak is still staying. I'm trying to end other processes. But yeah, resource starvation is a real thing with the Windows. OBS is taking like a lot of resources now. Yeah, it's probably OBS that's actually now preventing this to load. Alright, so small break. I'll restart the OBS.